o'clock Geneva time, and so welcome to today's sessions of the public hearing being conducted by the Commission of Inquiry on the Occupied Palestinian Territory, including East Jerusalem and Israel. There are two members of the Commission here this afternoon. I'm Chris Sidoti, and Commissioner Malun Kotari is also here. Our Chair, Navi Pillay, apologises for her absence from the hearing today. She is unable to participate. I welcome everyone in the room and watching online, and in particular, I welcome those who are to give evidence to the inquiry this afternoon. This inquiry was created by the United Nations Human Rights Council in May 2021 to investigate in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem and in Israel, all alleged violations of international humanitarian law and all alleged violations and abuses of international human rights law, leading up to and since 13 April 2021, and all underlying root causes of recurrent tensions, instability and protraction of conflict, including systematic discrimination and repression based on national, ethnic, religious or racial identity. The Commission reports to the Human Rights Council and to the United Nations General Assembly on an annual basis. We have already released two reports. The first was presented to the Human Rights Council in June of this year, and the second was presented last month in October to the Third Committee of the General Assembly. In the scope of its investigations, the Commission has decided that its first set of public hearings will focus on two topics: the designation of terrorist or unlawfulness in relation to a number of Palestinian non-government organisations and orders made to close those organisations, and events surrounding the killing of the journalist Shireen Abu Akleh earlier this year. Victims, witnesses, civil society organisations and legal representatives have been invited to provide testimony to the Commission in these public hearings. We have already had 4 afternoons of public hearings based here in Geneva, with some witnesses present in person and others appearing to give evidence virtually. This afternoon, the last in this set of public hearings, we will have 2 persons appearing to give evidence. Both will appear virtually. The fact that the Commission will focus these hearings on these 2 particular sets of incidents does not mean that it considers them as more important than others. We have had to prioritise because, unfortunately, these hearings are limited in time. We are only able to hear this week a limited number of representatives, witnesses and victims. We are likely to organise further sets of hearings at a later date as our investigations progress. We are very grateful to those who have agreed to participate in these public hearings, which are being broadcast live on UNTV in English. The proceedings and the publicity given to the testimonies have been explained to the witnesses, and they have agreed to testify in public voluntarily. They know that what they say is being broadcast and recorded. They are free to decline to answer any questions put to them and to say what they wish to say that is relevant to the areas of inquiry. We emphasise that the hearings are not judicial. This is not a court and this is not a trial. Nor is the Commission a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. During the hearings, questions will be put to the witnesses only by the Commissioners. Our aim is to allow victims and survivors on all sides to speak for themselves to the international community in a formal but comfortable setting. In that way, we hope that their concerns will be better understood by a worldwide audience and especially in the region where these events have taken place, in Israel and Palestine. The Commission has invited the concerned states to provide all documentary evidence and information in their possession or under their control pertinent to the designations of the Palestinian non-government organisations and or to the killing of Ms Shireen Abu Akleh. Let me conclude this opening by saying that we are fully aware of the pain of some of those speaking to us and recounting again their sufferings. And in that light particularly, we are very grateful to those who have agreed to participate in these proceedings. The hearings this afternoon will focus on the killing of the journalist Shireen Abu Akleh. I would like to welcome first one of the witnesses and a survivor of those incidents, and then secondly, the lawyer who is acting for the Palestinian Journalists Syndicate, the International Federation of Journalists, and the International Centre of Justice for Palestinians on behalf of the family of Shireen Abu Akleh. The first person to appear this afternoon is Ms Shaitha Hanaisha, who, as I indicated, was a witness to the events at the time of the killing of Shireen Abu Akleh and a survivor of those events. We welcome you very much to these hearings this afternoon. We request that you tell us about the events that you witnessed on that day. We, Commissioner Qatari and I, would like to ask you some questions at the end of your presentation. So please proceed. We are listening and will be paying close attention to what you have to tell us. Thank you.